This is empty. I need more.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Characters Welcome. We are here. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm Connor Ozer.
And I'm Jorge Oyola.
Yeah, we're here to have some fun tonight. We are not going to do a straight up traditional show. We're going to see some characters. We're going to chat it up. We may show some videos of characters from the past that we chatted with the folks in the Discord, and we're unearthing some old gems to play and chat about. It's like a classic clip show when a sitcom has like a lot of times clip shows happen when the sitcom writers were dealing with some bad political news and they would just throw on a clip show.
Right.
So that's just what we're doing.
Really, just specifically bad political news.
That's why it happened. Everything else is fine.
Yeah. Ayatollah.
Ayatollah.
Yeah. Wow, good.
Stuff in the
See? We're already bringing back the classics.
Yeah. Fires that were not started by any of us.
Right.
Yeah. The rock and roll and cola wars, I think. Is
The colon wars. Schreukler, good to see you. I saw Schreukler at UCB, or a little BYOT, where Schreukler brought their own thing. It was very fun.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Would you bring Shoik? Or maybe you can tell me. All right.
Oh no, I'll leave that for Schweik. It was it was a piece.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I'm so you know what? I'm ready for this bit show because I'm also dealing with some weird political news.
Yeah, oh, interesting. Yeah, good. Wow, Megan Gokrager in the comments. Been a while. Our
it has been
Aussie from down under coming in here to make sure we're okay. Hello, children.
Thank you.
Now you're Aussie, and you sort of have the ray gun look going on in that.
Wow. Well, famously, Megan is a diehard Seahawks fan, so that's what she's rocking there.
Yeah.
Yes, she's not working today, she says. I'm also not working today. And the fact that I'm sort of like broken. You know, like a toy that you wound up too tight?
Yeah. My batteries had failed earlier last night into today, which is all just time has become this thing. You know what I mean?
Time is flatulating. I think that's what I need to say.
Time is flatulating, if you know what I'm saying.
Connor, how are you? As our New York correspondent, give us the buzz on the street. What you hearing out there? What's the bodega cat meowing about? What is the New York
Connor
Post?
Ozer.
Okay,
in the streets.
Okay, the buzz on the street is that I have a show that is consuming my life at the moment.
Wow, coming at a plug the back way, as they say. Sneaking up on a plug.
How about I'll tease it for later and be like, that's mostly where my mind is right now. That I have a shit ton to do about my show that I mostly wrote, and I'll have to do a bunch of shit for.
Well, definitely tell us the pitch for the show because it is fun and it's sort of topical.
Yeah. Look, the show is Our Town 2.
The sequel.
Town in the City.
Yeah.
And it's a Our Town parody with the character comedy stuff. It's me, Lauren Gamiel, and John Manji. It's gonna be up at the Upright Citizens Brigade on Veterans Day at 5:30. It's gonna be super fun.
There it is. Our Town currently playing on Broadway, right?
On Broadway, yes.
Yes. So.
Now you can see a better version that we fixed.
This is a sequel that fixed the problems from the first one.
Yeah, it fixed the problems that it was boring.
Like how Matrix Reloaded fixed everything that came before.
Right. And also that Our Town, it's like boring. It's Vermont in 1901 that people are being nostalgic for in like the 40s. This is just modern New York, which is much more interesting in my opinion.
So you're being nostalgic for modern New York.
Yeah, reverse nostalgia.
Yeah,
instant nostalgia. I'm nostalgic for this moment. There's nothing I feel more right now than nostalgia for the current situation.
For here and now.
present nostalgia.
Well, it spans 2000 like 14 to now.
You don't hear a lot of people who are making a sequel really shit on the first one, but you're really taking it down.
I'm really taking it down because I think it sucks.
Wow.
The original it is like boring and hokey, and we made it better. It's also shorter, and you cost less money, which are good things.
Good, yeah, those are all good things. Honestly, I think that's very sellable to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, what a refreshing pronunciation of Hollywood. I love
it. I've been watching a lot of What We Do in the Shadows, and Matt Berry is in the back of my skull at all times.
That's very funny you say that. I saw Anthony Atamanik's show, also on What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
Best episode of the season features Atamanik that I think came out a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Yep. And he was talking about hanging out on set with Matthew Berry and how he just is what he is. He's barely acting, I guess I could say.
Yeah, I love that. Also, I'm so very bad with actors and just like, oh, I've recognized you from TV that I've watched a lot of. So my original example of this was I was in a little tiny short sketch with David Zayas, who is Detective Batista in Dexter.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had a full conversation with him and didn't put two and two together until somebody was like, hey, you know who that is, right?
Okay.
And then I've worked Anthony's show, his Trump dump a couple times at UCB, and like have just chit chatted with him, and then we're sitting watching What We Do in the Shadows, and like we watch the whole Railroad episode, and I'm like, hold on, who is this?
Yeah,
who is that? Hold on,
that guy very well.
I'm very stupid. Is what I'm saying.
Connor, your fingers up in a I want to talk type way.
Yes. I think a couple years ago I thought I had met Chloe Trost. She was definitely.
You saw her on TV?
I hadn't realized this wasn't the first time we had met, and I don't think she did either. I realized this years later. Oh, but also the thing I said to her was like, I met her was like, you look like a taller version of my friend Fallon. Which I stick by as she looks like a taller version of Fallon Bowles, if anyone knows her.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I had totally forgotten that we had been in the same class in NYU. It was like a making a short class, and I had totally forgotten about this and didn't remember her. And I guess I saw an old photo in Facebook. It's like, oh wait, that is Chloe Trost, huh?
There you go. You're famous. You don't realize how famous.
You don't realize it.
But I had also said to her, it's like, you look like a tall version of my friend.
I gotta say, from an introductory point of view, that's an insane statement.
It's truly, yeah. What a wild card.
You look like my cousin when he doesn't have a hat on. It's like, okay, I don't know what you are, man.
But there's someone who where I work who also looks like a large version of someone else I know. And it does freak me out because I keep always thinking it's like
I know. I think that stuff too. I'm like, oh, this person looks like an angrier version of my high school girlfriend. But that's for the inside the brain. You don't say it outside. You don't say it outside. Keep it inside.
But she truly looks exactly like this person, but like a foot taller.
No, you're really. I know you're trying to make a case here. It's still wrong. It doesn't.
It's still weird.
It's going to not be right.
It's a little much.
Yeah, you're losing this by a landslide.
By at least a foot.
Yeah, you're down a foot. A buddy of mine was flying back to LA yesterday, yesterday evening. Gets on the plane, sits down. Who's next to him? The actual Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen talks to him I was like, bro, until he's texting me, I'm like, bro, this is like the best possible omen you could ever have. You're traveling into the right timeline now on this plane. It's like Lost, but good with a good. You know what I mean?
It's just good.
Yeah, it's just good Lost. Good Lost. That's a show.
Good
we can
Lost.
pitch.
Good.
Yeah.
Martin Sheen of
Mass Effect fame.
Of getting cancer from eating his wife out fame.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How lucky it is to be next to the person who got cancer from cunnilingus, as he's most known for.
Boys, I have to tell you,
all the
I
time.
didn't know that.
What a weird thing to say. It's like, I probably got this throat cancer from eating my wife out, which doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna have to echo Stevie here. Excuse me.
It is
Michael Douglas. I am thinking of Michael Douglas.
But I will say, we don't know. It might also be Martin Sheen. You don't know. Maybe he's just less media savvy about going public with it.
Right.
I will say, though, that's in the same vein, Connor, of you saying you look like my friend but taller. It's like, how did I get cancer? Let me tell you. That's the same. Those are next to each other. So watch out. You're going to become that.
Could you imagine your friend just like, Mr. Sheen, I'm so glad that you've gotten past your cancer that you famously got from eating out your wife so much.
Now that's a good story. That's a good story.
To be that doctor who's like.
And honestly, in comparison, somebody being a foot taller than your friend, that's water under the bridge, buddy.
Yeah. That's hard to take that personally. Look, everyone weighing in. A lot of Michael Douglas fans.
A lot of Michael Douglas fans.
That's good, because those are Michael Douglas is great. I see why you make that mistake, though, because wasn't Michael Douglas in The American President that would later go on to become West Wing, which was starred Martin Sheen?
Yeah.
Is that the connection that you've made in your brain?
I think their names are also similar enough.
Yeah.
that I just like. Yeah.
You pulled a Pullman or Paxton.
I forgot.
Which is a phenomenon, just out of nowhere.
And it's like in that moment I forgot Sheen was British, and you know what? I also conflated.
He's not British.
Right.
Martin Sheen. What's happening?
Martin, what's buddy? The last 24 hours have taken a toll on our boy Connor.
Look, yeah, Connor, you're hiding. Our New York correspondent has been shattered.
Who am I? Wait. Then I currently cannot picture who Martin Sheen is.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubting that.
He's like a foot taller Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. He's related to Charlie Sheen. That's a great call. And that's how you know he's not British.
I knew that he was related to Charlie Sheen. I still pulled Michael Douglas for some reason.
This misinformation campaign that you've been running, Connor, is only going to get you to a high elected office.
Yeah.
And you need to stop it immediately.
I see. When you corrected me, I was like, he's clearly the guy who was Liz Lemon's boyfriend on 30 Rock.
Conan O'Brien.
No. He's Wesley Snipes, but he's British.
The more you keep naming celebrities, and I keep getting further from the truth. You're like a reverse IMDb. I'm drowning in the nonsense here. Hollywood correspondent Connor Ozer.
God, yeah. We're flying you across the pond.
Yes.
Right.
Great. I look forward to see how this investigation pans out.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, it is, Stevie.
Yeah.
Great. Now that this is all a pre-planned bit, by the way, because we're just here to goof off and have some fun. And I'll tell you what, that made me laugh, and that was just about perfect.
I feel a lot better.
Megan's like, I should go back to work now. I'm like, yes, you've gotten an incredible amount of entertainment out of this.
I was thinking of Michael Sheen the third time.
See, the fact that you were able to see what he meant is amazing. You should be Rosetta Stone. You're our Rosetta Stone for Connor.
Yeah, our very own Red Zeta Stone correspondent.
Yes, Red Zeta
in
Stone.
The field.
Yeah. But let's do it. Let's see some characters. Let's get into it. We've covered. I think we've covered the news portion of.
Yes, everything.
I think we've taken care of it.
Who Martin Sheen is.
Characters Welcome Investigates is getting to the bottom of the question that has haunted us for generations. Who is Martin Sheen?
Who is he?
But to get this show started, let's bring out somebody who is right down the way from us in New York City, of course, because any character that one of us is playing has got to be New York or New York adjacent. Please welcome out to the Rectangles, Long Island horse rancher, Gabe Lewis.
Whoa!
Ha!
Hope y'all are having a good evening. My name is Gabe Lewis. Now, I ain't no comedian. So you're probably wondering, what's this Long Island rich boy doing on this online comedy show? Well, I'm here to promote my ding dang book. It's called Even Littler Women. Now, I ain't gonna bullshit y'all. It's the advance of Little Women. Except all the women are an inch shorter, and all the men are a centimeter taller. Now, why would I write such a stupid book? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm tired of all this short king nonsense. No man is a king. I work hard selling ponies to people in the entertainment industry, and I have never, for one moment, considered myself any rank above any human being on this earth, let alone a king. No man is a king. And it makes me sick to my stomach to see some schlub who looks like Jason Alexander spent 2 decades in a WeWork get called a king just because he's standing next to a woman who's 5'1" in heels. No man is a king. Now, how does the book Even Littler Women solve any of this? I'll tell you how. We're not going to defeat this problem with negativity. These tiny little goblin boys are receiving praise for the first time in their lives, wrongly. And if you insult them, they're just going to dig their stubby little fingers even further into their thrownal eyes. So what do? We uplift their female counterparts. We're not going to call them short queens because we're not going to stoop to monarchy and imperialism like they did. No, we're simply going to acknowledge smaller adult women in the same celebrated tones these false kings of shortness get. So you see a woman who's 5'1", you say, "You go, little woman." You slay the day by just being yourself. You see a woman right next to her who's 5 foot on the dot. You say, "Hell yeah, even littler woman. I appreciate that you simply exist in life." Now that's the kind of positivity that I think could defeat this evil concept that any man is a king. And I think nothing would do more to purge the world of this sickness than to see this book get adapted into a movie and to see Bob Odenkirk, 1 centimeter taller than he usually is, say, "My even littler women."
Connor Ozer, everybody. Bring us really good stuff, and it really tragic. Bob Odenkirk has that cancer you get from eating out your wife.
He did.
Right.
He did
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
I have a question. So now this is a Long Island resident. Your
Yes.
character.
Fuck. I forgot. There's one more callback, and I forgot it. Whatever.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
fine. No one knows. No one will know.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what part of Long Island, what bayou on Long Island is he from? That he has that accent?
You know,
Is he
where
from the Creole area of Montauk?
Well, some would argue,
It's one of my-
Justin Tyler,
one of my
that
favorite
New
parts of it
Orleans
is-
is a Long Island.
one of my favorite parts of it is
Americans
that it's so inexplicable. Like, who is this guy? He talks like this. He's from Long Island. He sells ponies, but he also sells them to the media elite.
Yeah, no, I love that part. That's a part I believe.
Yeah.
You know how those big elites are out there just buying up one trick or two or even 3 trick ponies if they can find them. If they can get their hands on them.
Real quick, I'm loving this just from Stevie. Just a centimeter.
Just
a
to say one.
Right after Carly with the Little Women look, my friend.
Yes.
But taller,
Good.
which is a great
That's the
callback.
That is
And then again, just being sniped out of nowhere. I've done nothing wrong.
wow.
Yeah.
Look, Jorge isn't one of these people who are going all about, flaunting it, calling himself a king.
Yeah.
Dude.
The swamps of West Islip, Ronkonkoma Bayou. This is all good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are very good. Very good.
Bayou.
I love
Nassau community.
I thought you were going into a little JFK there.
What?
Interesting.
Ask Nassau community what
Nassau
not to
Community
do.
College.
I love ordering a gumbo sub at My Hero in the middle of Long Island. Very funny stuff. I love a character where you can really chew on the words and like you'd say book in an absolutely insane way.
Yeah.
Pause randomly. It's the best. Those are my favorite.
I had to hold my breath to not laugh over you because of how you were booking it.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff, bud.
I did this piece at Characters Welcome a few months ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a funnin'.
Fun.
Speaking of having fun, I should say,
Was it funny?
Jorge, as he transitions over into our on-camera talent, but he's also the tech, and the way that we keep him in paid and in cans that look good on your head, just like those ones do, is through donations from folks like you out there. So hit us up at the Characters Welcome business Venmo. It's at Characters Welcome, and whatever you put in it, we will read aloud. And I got 2 for us this week. Very exciting. So please send them along, and we'll say them. One from Robin Richmond, longtime contributor. We of course have our world famous segment called Jeer Gyry.
Jeer Gyry.
It's so much better when you see it do it. The lean in, intimate, it's beautiful.
I do it even when the camera's off.
Well, of course. Dear Gyry, sorry I've been gone. I've been busy starting a cult. Great news.
Yeah.
That's a cult I feel like I'm already in. We also got one more, and I don't know. I sort of got in trouble a couple weeks ago for blowing up someone's spot by saying the name. So I'm just
Right, you
gonna
actually said their real name.
Well, it's here, and the whole bit is we read it out loud, so I'm like, it's hard to credit somebody. So I won't. I'll say someone named Paydar says, if anyone does a Trump, threw us a banger $100. If anyone does a Trump impression tonight, I will be requesting a refund. Exit from the Discord.
So
That's not gonna happen, okay? No Trump's here.
Let's bring in our expert in the streets, our Trump correspondent here in New York City, Eric Feurer.
Whoa!
I'm requesting a refund.
No!
What happened? What happened? What's wrong?
Eric Feurer on the
If you
streets
do
of New
the
York.
impression, we lose $100.
Oh,
We have
no! That's more money than I've ever seen in my life, dude. Watching how I walk, it's so violent.
It is insane.
You're a violent walker,
I
buddy.
walk like a duck, dude. Not good.
You're like the pace you're keeping on New York. It's so funny. I called Connor, our New York correspondent, so many times, and you're blowing up his spot by being on the streets of New York itself.
On the streets. Prove that you're on the streets of New York.
Yeah, people on the streets.
The greatest city in the world.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, he's on there.
Back when the
He's here.
theater was in Hell's Kitchen, every time Matt Rain and Scott LaMega came to go by Times Square, they would do that and go, Times Square!
Wow, I've never
Very
been to New York City before. I have $900 in my pocket and I'm lost. Here we are. What are you guys up to?
Yeah.
What's the haps, boys?
We're hanging. We're doing characters. Connor's telling us about celebrities that he doesn't really understand.
Right, I called Chloe Trost taller Fallon Bowles a few years ago and forgot I had taken an NYU class with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quick recap of truly 10 minutes
really
of
it.
absolute nonsense from Connor's mouth. That's a
really
very
it.
short
Yeah.
Love
version.
to see it.
What are you doing,
In your
Eric?
corner.
Give us the feed.
Just got out of a show. I directed a Betty team. Very fun. The crowd was surprisingly light. Not a lot of people there.
No.
What?
Yeah, weird. But we had a good time. There's some really good videos I'm excited to put on the page. Don Chang did one tonight that's a Thanksgiving turkey that's been pardoned, that came back and realized, well, pardoning is not about being forgiven for what you've done, but being forgiven for what you will do. And so he's like getting revenge on the...
That's fucking
very
awesome.
It's very funny.
Very good. Very good.
So yeah, so excited for that. And guess what I'm doing right now? I'm meeting up with Callie to go to Dave and Buster's because they sent me a text that said, politics got you down? How about half-price games today? So we're getting half-price games in. Yeah.
You just got marketed to. That's
Holy
a number
shit.
one.
Wow.
They targeted you and blah.
Wow, buddy. Hey, let me ask you, how are your
Yeah.
FanDuel parlays doing?
Bad. Everything's bad. I haven't won a single. I haven't won it all this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about stopping, but if I just win one big one,
Just
I
one
can
big
get
one.
all my money back from the previous ones, and we're okay. So
That's how it
That's where I'm
works.
at.
That's how gamblers always succeed.
Mm-hmm. Just
it's
one
true,
more
and
score.
it does work. One of those enormous
Uh,
pretzels. I didn't know they had that at Dave and Buster's. I'm excited.
Well, it's
They
because
have
you weren't
everything
being
there.
properly marketed to.
There's not Street Fighter at Dave and Buster's, right?
No, there's
I mean-
like shit. It's like shit ass games. It's
There are
really
people
shitty
fighting
shit-ass
on the
games.
streets.
Wait, they don't have Street Fighter? What the fuck?
No,
they've
it's
got
not
Angry
like
Birds.
that. They've got
I
Angry
guess
Birds.
I've never been.
They
They've
do.
got Angry Birds? What does that mean?
It's
That's on your
a
phone.
massive iPhone like cloned arcade cabinet, and it is just Angry Birds, and you like
What?
swipe like
Yep.
this. Yeah.
Why?
And they got the
Yeah,
same
that's-
one for that. What's that? Remember that game that made the
Obit.
creator go insane? The Flippy
Flappy
Bird
Bird.
thing or Snappy
Flappy Bird.
Bird?
Yeah.
Or Flappy Bird. They've got a big Flappy Bird too. It's pretty cool.
Scheuchler wants to pinpoint your location. Dave and Buster's Times Square or Atlantic Terminal?
I'm not one to give my location out on stream, folks. I'm historically
yes.
never do that.
Never.
Yes.
did.
But I will say the Atlantic Barclays one is where I'm going tonight. So
Wow.
meet me there.
There
Yeah.
it
Should
is.
be fun.
That's a fun one.
Now, Chad, I do want to remind you
all right,
that
boys.
that Eric circled around in the street, so you got a full 360 view of where he currently is. And you can probably triangulate it from there.
Yeah. Times Square!
I know where I am.
So this
all right,
is New
I have
York.
I got to meet with Callie, but I just wanted to check in and say, like, everybody in chat, love you guys. Justin, Connor, Jorge, love you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Love you,
Cool?
buddy.
Love
Yeah,
you too,
cool.
man. Have
Bye,
fun
guys.
out there. Win some
Have fun,
coins or
buddy.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Win Dave bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave and Bucks.
Buster dollars.
Megan says,
Buster,
yeah, thanks,
dollar.
Eric. I threw up with vertigo.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Z-Core, how many times did he drop his home address? I think it was printed. I think he would literally put
Yeah.
it up on here to make it real.
Yeah, because he received mail from a viewer.
Yes, exactly.
That
And he held the
insane
mail up?
psychopath.
Yeah. And then he
Opened it
showed
on
how
stream.
good it was to send mail by showing it on the stream. So
Yeah.
he gets it.
He gets
But why don't we welcome out our next character? You know,
Let's do it.
in this time of fun politics, it's time to go back to the legends. You know.
Yeah, go back to the oldest thing we could think of in the sky.
Yes.
Let's welcome out the Statue of Liberty's husband.
Oh, I want to hear from him.
Så en skjønnes Mädchen kan doch noch über.
Ah, New York City, huh? Nothing better than sitting here on the Staten Island ferry with a Central Park hot dog, my pet pigeon on its leash, drinking a cup of Brooklyn coffee, which is just dirt and toilet water. I just love this town. I mean, how could I not? I'm married to the freaking Statue of Liberty. Oh! People always ask, hey, how did you meet a 151-foot tall woman made out of copper? Well, it's a classic story. My cousin Tommy actually works with her. He's the guy that cleans the pigeon shit off of her neck, and he's like, Bobby, you gotta meet this green lady. And so I did, huh? Because the thing with me is I've always been attracted to French copper women. That's me. Me and the statue had a whirlwind romance. We had dinner, dancing, me kissing her giant, freezing cold lips. I'll admit, though, the sex ain't easy. First off, she's mostly robes. Second, she's holding a lit torch at all times, so I'm always burning my butt cheeks. Ooh! Plus, she can't take off that pointy hat of hers, which I find charming, but it's how I lost my eye. That one of these eyes is fake. Guess which one? You can win a second cup of coffee from me. Now, I mean, of course, we have our problems like any married couple. We got 2 kids who are a handful. One of them is that statue of Jesus in Rio de Janeiro. Takes after his mother. And the other is Rudy Giuliani. So he's a real nightmare asshole, huh? Here's the thing, though. In every life, some rain must fall. And one time, old Lady Liberty cheated on me with one of those pricks on Mount Rushmore. Yeah. I'm not even sure which one, but I've never trusted the sneaky one in the middle. How do you respect an adult man named Teddy? I don't know, but we made up. What can I say? We're both getting older. I'm going gray, and she's developing holes both in her physical form and metaphorically as the myth of American exceptionalism continues to fade. So, that sucks. But, the other thing. She eats people. Yeah, little known fact, the Statue of Liberty survives by eating people from New Jersey. She just reaches down and picks them up. And just this morning, she ate Bruce Springsteen for breakfast. Oh no! And everyone is pissed.
Justin Tyler. Nice.
Ooh.
I'll have you know I said it too, but I was just muted.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I said it with a lot of heave-ho.
Viva.
Zigor Zeppelin says, please eat Trump. No problem.
Please.
I'll talk to Lydia.
If you can talk to her. I just recently learned a lot about the Statue of Liberty. Tom Delgado, who is a certified New York tour guide, has a show at Caveat called Tom D's Big New York Show. Absolutely a plug for him. It's very, very good if you're ever in the city, and he has like an interview, and he has like a talk with authors and stuff, but he does like a neighborhood or something like that in the city somewhere. Very tour guidey, and this last episode was on the Statue of Liberty. It was really, really, really interesting. It's very good. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so
that's very cool.
Very fun. Yeah. I learned that she originally, when in France, was it her or was it this? It was there was a statue that was her inspiration.
Yeah.
And you would sail underneath in between his legs, and it was fully. He was like it was like Roman-ish. There's like a skirt. I'm sure Schroeder knows.
Yeah.
And I want to say all the bits in there were
the penis
as you
went under.
Yeah.
And you can see the penis?
and you can
Hey,
see the
Can you see the penis?
can you see the penis?
Bonsoir. Can you see the penis?
Oh,
Bonsoir, mon ami.
Bonsoir,
Would you
mon
like to
ami.
see the penis?
Oh,
Just
the
look up.
penis, visible. Oh.
just look up. I'm probably
Uh,
very wrong on all that stuff, but
Yeah, that sounds like something from
That's
a
it.
Lord of the Rings, The Colossus of Rhodes. Yes.
yeah. I knew Shoikler would know. Shoikler is truly
Shoikler
incredible.
coming out. Yeah. From
Yeah.
downtown. Very fun.
Very,
This was
very-
the closest I was getting to a political piece this evening, and
Yeah.
appropriately and nonsensical.
Do you
Nightmare Kids? Yes.
you have so many characters in the chamber. This is talking shop with Jorge,
Yeah.
Connor, and Justin.
Yeah.
So you've got a ton in the tank. Do you specifically steer away from all of it because it's too easy and it's like low hanging fruit, or is it because it's so done?
To do something political, you mean?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
or-
It happens so much, you know.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of politics stuff and politics comedy adjacent things outside of the character's welcome. So I definitely
okay.
I'm not trying to do that a ton here. Also,
Right.
last week I did Man Still Inside the Capitol building from January 6th.
Right.
Right,
Um,
fair, okay.
So I was like, because that's the one. That's a piece that I've never done on stage, and I should, because I really like that one.
Yeah.
And it's the premise just gets me. It makes me laugh every time I do it. Like a professional.
It is it is very fun, and there is something to be said about like if you're laughing and enjoying what you're doing as you're doing it, then that's kind of you've got something there.
And yes, Carly, JD Vance at a JV Dance. Truly.
Right.
Hey, here's the thing. We've got this is a plug, conversational, organic plug, but we're doing a best of show for New York Comedy Fest in a week, basically a week, 10 days, or not 9 days, and that JD Vance piece is probably my biggest hit of the last few shows, but I can't do that. I can't do that piece. That piece is burnt, at least for a while.
It's absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's too bad. But I do also love that piece because I love a piece. Anytime I can do a piece that involves a stunt or spectacle of some kind, that's the best.
Did you leave the inflatable couch at UCB, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay. There is an inflatable couch backstage, and I had to grab equipment while I was back there, and a table that I was standing on slipped out under me, and I landed on that couch.
Oh.
Did you have like
It saved
cartoon
my
moment?
life.
A little goof moment.
A little goofy goof moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Very-
fortuitously fell on an inflatable couch that had
Yeah.
appeared.
And now I know what JD is talking about. It was honestly,
Yeah, you had.
You know.
That's how you invented the your DeLorean time machine. After.
And now that's how you get off. Right?
video
Wow.
video or never.
Wow.
I promise it's true. There are no cameras backstage directly, like just behind
Right.
the camera, which maybe I shouldn't have said out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Now we do have another piece that maybe we should just get into real quick here.
Yeah.
Because this is fun. You know, we a lot of people, especially on Twitter today, talking about how we are clearly in the dark timeline, and but I know we're not, because we have the regular one of this next character in our timeline, and not who I'm about to introduce.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, please, welcome to the Rectangles. Something I never thought I'd encounter. Evil Fonzi. Evil Fonzi.
Så ein schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nicht mehr alleine tanzen. Tanzen.
Hey! I'm Evil Fonzi, star of the show Sad Days. An alternate 1950s where teenagers aren't allowed to be cool. Now, me and regular Fonzie, we don't agree on much. But there is one thing we do agree on. Teens shouldn't drink and drive. This message brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Connor Roser, everybody.
I had one job.
Oh, yeah, you actually had 2 jobs, but you did miss them
fair.
both.
I missed both of them. Really.
That was very funny. Honestly, it's made better by that pause. The pause is better at the end. It makes it feel more like a PSA.
Well,
Yeah.
good. Good.
That's very funny. That's wild.
Yeah.
So Evil Fonzie knows regular Fonzie?
Yeah, they know each other. They hang out.
In this, because this is from an alternate universe where Happy Days is sad, but they also interact with each other.
Yeah, it's an alternate 1950s where teenagers aren't allowed to be cool. Yeah.
Cool. Another great accent.
Do they read books?
Very cool, man.
Have you guys see that reel of like the Italian like husky where he just barks like a babur, a babur, a babur?
No, but that sounds awesome. And sorry, and Evil Fonzie has a vaguely Jamaican accent. Is that what you were just trying to get to the bottom?
Evil Fonzie is also Virgin Fonzie.
Yes.
He's never fucks.
Never fucks.
Yeah.
And does a thumbs up, hey, instead of a.
Yeah. And when he taps a jukebox, it turns off.
It turns off. Which is what should happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's true of any real jukebox that still is playing. If you just tap it lightly, it will break.
Yeah. Break.
So anyone can be an evil Fonzie right now.
I'm loving this one. This is my next character of the house tech that you paid $30 an hour for.
Wow. That's true.
I'm expensive, which is why we need more
money.
Donations.
No, we got
more.
We're the money's rolling in.
We'll get money.
We're fan base.
Yeah, and also I know Eric's parlays were awful, but we were talking about this a little bit before the show. I was one of several 100 million Americans who were betting on the outcome of this election.
Why?
And because I'm evil, I am now a multi-trillionaire, all in Dogecoin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Big brain. And oops, nope, it's gone. It's all flushed out. Yeah, it's meaningless once again. Yeah. Well,
that's good.
For a second there, I was the upper crust, and it felt good.
You know, it's great to it's all highs and lows. You know, if you're just a millionaire for like 20 seconds, that's enough.
Yeah.
It's just enough to have the feeling.
It's
now we were talking about this on the Discord today. I was saying we were going to do this hangout tonight, and we've actually sort of turned it into a more regular feeling show. But people were saying, like, I was like, oh, if there's any older pieces you want us to unearth and bring to light, we could play them and chat about them. I thought that's a fun idea. So maybe we'll do one of these and add this to the show going forward, perhaps a little bit.
Yeah,
I kind of dig it. A little retrospective.
A dip into the old archive. It's like a light clip show, as we were talking about.
This is very good from Joe Yoder. Crypto is Cole's Cash for nerds.
Wow, that's great. I know.
It's pretty good.
Well, and especially on the flip side, my grandmother's invested heavily in Cole's Cash. She's dumped it in there, and it's just very volatile. The Cole's Cash blockchain is fucked up.
Is there a Cole's coin? There's got to be a Cole's coin. Nope. I Googled it, and all I found were coin purses at Kohl's.
Just as good. That's how you carry your digital coins.
Right. And some of them are RFID blocking, so there's that.
Yes.
All right, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
You're clearly in too deep.
I've got so much Dogecoin I have to unload. Is there
Explain that
any
for the Aussie? Says
oh.
Megan. Kohl's Cash.
crypto?
Kohl's is a department store. Crypto probably is known, but Kohl's is a department store that is
Right, and they
sort of in business.
Right.
Yes.
Cool. And they sort of have like how like a company town will give you money you can only spend at stores
Genius.
owned by the company. They kind of do that for Kohl's, but you can buy into it voluntarily.
Yeah, and you could give it as a gift, like the worst gift. You could give it to your niece as a worst gift.
It's like a stranger version of a gift card because they branded it specifically as its own money.
Yeah, and it is certificate shaped. It's
In the future, all we'll have is Kohl's Cash. That's how we'll buy and sell each other.
in the not so distant future.
In the nuts. Yeah.
Oh, that leather jacket's working for you, guys.
I know.
It really is,
I look
yeah.
very good in this leather jacket.
You do. That's your now your uniform for your street segment when you're our man on the street.
Yeah. I was trying to zip it up before, but I couldn't do it in time.
Same Fonzi had the same problem. Megan, I know what crypto is, Justin. I'm Aussie, not stupid. I was saying you do know what crypto is. Jorge was trying to say you didn't know what crypto was.
Yes,
Right.
I was trying to explain Kohl's Cash.
We knew.
Yeah,
we knew.
She's 16 hours in the future. So Megan, tell us when Kohl's Cash is going to have a spike so we can buy in.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to buy the Kohl's Cash dip and live forever as Kohl's kings.
Yeah.
High on the hog with like shitty sweaters.
Right, but
Maybe
also
short,
no
cold
man is a
cash
king, in my opinion.
Anyway, as we were saying, let's dip into the archive and unearth a character. Let's roll this one from I want to say Characters Welcome Season 1. This is the Renaissance Fair commercial starring Brennan Lee Mulligan and Alan Starzinski. This is a two-person character, something that we technically allowed, but this was clearly they didn't have enough time to write an actual character for themselves, so they created this one.
Enjoy.
But we are welcoming to the stage a commercial break.
Look at that.
Prithee! What ho, damsels and dukes? Pray tell, dost thou covet jousting?
Oh, let me get a yay, gentle squire!
Yea, gentle squire!
Dost thou covet the dancing around the maypole?
Can I get a huzzah, huzzah?
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Oh, dost thou covet buxom wenches with leather corsets?
Fuck yeah! Then come on down to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair this Saturday and Sunday, Dublin County Fairgrounds, exit 87 off of I-95.
Forsooth, my noble companion, I hear tell of an archery contest that shall be deciding who wins 2 tickets to next month's 311 concert at Crocodile Rock.
That's shit right, my hardy yeoman. And if you thought this Ren Fair wasn't gonna have custom leather work by master leather craftsman Durrance Berkeley, well, now are nothing but a poxy knave.
Get real, poxy knave!
Be still. What music harkens?
Aha! That be a symphony of 5 lutes played by 5 beautiful sirens. Yolanda, Miranda, Amber Lynn, Brittany, and other Brittany. With a special horn appearance by none other than Gunder.
Gunder?
Oh yeah! And he's gonna be playing all the hits. Hey Nani Nani, I gave my love an apple and the rain it rained.
We have donkeys, we have ponies, we have horses, falcons, and donkeys dressed as horses.
And you know a guy with a snake is gonna be there.
Bring a can of Mountain Dew for your chance to win King of the Ren Fair.
That's right, we always crown one person to be King of the Ren Fair. Sit upon your throne by yonder activity gazebo, and you will be given one craftily made crown.
To be returned by the end of the fair.
2, $25 gift certificate to participating 7-Elevens.
Snap into a Slim Jim!
And 3, you get to judge the wet tunic contest. Saucy!
But wait, what about the kids?
Oh, fear not, ye hardy broodmare. Those little tykes get to romp around our enchanted forest.
Oh, over 100 garbage cans painted to look like trees. And at the end, a bouncy castle.
Or a petting zoo.
Depends on which side of the enchanted castle you start on.
And then stop by Rose's Garden Mummery for some light-hearted fancy and entertainment. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We're gonna have jugglers, jesters, fire eaters, and Chaucer's Canterbury Tales performed on dirt bikes!
When the Gabriel with half the shortest solta, the throat of March has passed into the rota, and divided every vine and switched the cure, of which two intended it is the cure.
And then for the whole family, I want you to supple those rumbly tumblies and head on down to Sir Eats-a-Lot's food tannery.
Ooh, a shank of mutton, a haunch of pheasant, some deep-fried Oreos and funnel cake.
And then wash it down with a firkin of mead brewed by our very own brewmaster,
Budweiser. Don't forget about our 420 Blackbird Berry Pie Eating Contest.
Ooh, where every pie is either blackberry or bird. And then at 11, stay tuned for a live beheading.
Go as post in the King's Forest.
Lisa, I did not know what I had done. I only did it to feed my family.
Then your family shall starve and your head roll.
The King's mercy!
God's will be done.
And then at midnight, stick around for the biggest fucking drum circle you've ever goddamn seen.
Anybody can join because we don't have the power to stop you. Anything can be a drum.
So come on down. So come on down to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, where the wonders of the past
meet the sad realities of the present. Huzzah!
Very fun piece.
What a good piece. I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah, that's yes. That's what I was gonna highlight. Stevie, he just whips out the Canterbury Tales in the original Old English. That piece has such Brennan chaos energy.
Yeah, yes.
Like it just cycles through, and you know who supplied that chainmail. That's from Brennan's apartment.
Yes, he had it already, and they were like, "Can we build a character out of this thing I've had for years?"
Yes, oh yeah, that's all. He had the Canterbury Tales knowledge.
It's sort of like Justin, when you and I do a character where we grab a hat or a scarf.
Yes, that's our thing. That's our thing.
Where Brennan grabbed a sword.
A sword or chainmail.
Yeah.
Because he just had
really offense or defense.
Yes, Zcor Zeppelin, this sounds like the SNL skits about underground records. Yeah, this is one of those pieces where the premise is so simple, like you get it immediately. And it's all about just the weird little alleyways they find in it.
Yeah.
And they found a lot.
There were a lot of alleyways. My favorite alleyways are the ones that Brennan hit with his sword on accident. Just briefly. Blink and you miss it, but very good.
That's the thing, is that's a real metal sword.
It's a real metal sword.
Was nervously wondering if Alan was about to get wrecked on stage.
Imagine if he had killed Alan Starzinski.
Yeah. An accidental beheading. Whoops.
Imagine if he killed him. Lulu Lame, good to see you. Winning trivia. Betting on the present, future. That
President! Shouts, Lulu Lame. Crushing that trivia.
Yeah. I asked a bunch of elementary school. I work at after school, and I asked a bunch of elementary school kids in Manhattan to name the boroughs, and they only, without help, they only got Brooklyn, even though they live in Manhattan.
Wow, Brooklyn's the one everyone wants to say though.
Yeah, they couldn't figure out Queens.
Me neither.
They never got the Bronx. At
my kid's school, some fourth graders went up to the principal and were like, "This election was bullshit," and I was like, "Whoa." The principal was like, "Yeah, it's been crazy in here all day today." I was like, "Shouts to you, man."
How old were these kids?
Fourth grade, so that's like 9.
Great. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
The kids, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, the kids are all right. Folks, I think that's the show. Thank you for being here. We will be back next week with plenty more. I think we'll do this archive thing more often. It is fun.
I kind of dig it.
You can see me slowly age over the years of
Right.
When I introduce the characters on this.
And it's like you forget that Michael Hartney looked different as well.
I like the political way you said that. I'm curious what you actually mean.
Well,
I will ask you at another time. He does look very different.
You mean? Hey.
One more thing to highlight in the comments. Fenley Jones, speaking of bringing things back, could you all bring back Sarah for a session? Yes, I will ask her personally. See if she will jump on for a little bit. She is heavy into the crafting world right now, so I think her nights are surrounded by hot glue guns or something. So, but we'll pull her out. We'll pull her out for one of these.
It's a sticky situation.
All right.
Wow, Lulu Lame with a great joke that I will not say on this stream.
I'm not gonna say that.
Shouts to that.
Shouts.
Folks, that's the show. We'll be back next week. We have a live show, best of here in New York City for the New York Comedy Fest at the UCB Theater on November 15th. Coming right up real soon. Please join us for that. It's okay. All the information is coming out of my mouth. So please join us for that. And every week when we are here, living up the live streams. Stay safe out there. Be careful. Glad you could be here. We're happy to be here. We'll see you all real soon. Later.
Bye.